Snowkiting is freedom. You're harnessing this natural power that is always there, even though you can't see it. It's just a really cool feeling to get that much adrenaline from such a simple thing in a way. So last year I won here at Red Bull Ragnarok in the men's snowboard division. The race is about just over 100 kilometers. There's 5 laps, so depending on wind speeds, it could take you anywhere from 4 hours to 5 hours, and there is a time limit, so not everyone completes the race. The start is probably the most exciting thing. It's a mass start. Everyone's sort of parked on the line, ready to go, waiting for the horn. You got 350 kites around you, and you're trying not to get in a tangle. You just want to get out in front and away from any carnage that's going to happen.
I did that on purpose.
You want to watch other kites, also what maybe the clouds are doing in the sky, like read weather patterns. If you notice the weather's getting warmer, the wind can get pretty light. If you see a dark, nasty cloud, probably going to be full of high, gusty wind. The biggest thing is you don't want to get stuck in a hole where there's no wind down below. If it's high wind, you want to stay away from ridge tops where you're going to get blown off the top of the mountain. A lot of it is strategy and knowing wind directions and where you are and where the wind's coming from. You have to have really good navigational skills. You got mountains, rocks to navigate around, makes it one of the hardest races. If you don't read it right, you could put yourself in a bad situation and cost you the race. Over the 5-hour race, something might not go your way, but you gotta remember it's 5 hours and there's lots of time to maybe make up your mistake. You could accidentally crash your kite if you're not paying close enough attention to it. It could end up tangled. It's a tough terrain and it's a tough environment to race in. The total length of my snowboard is 216 centimeters. It's very stiff, so it's good for edging and using it against your sail to go upwind. It's a wood core wrapped with like a fiberglass top, as well as a very hard plastic bottom. Because it's a long distance race, we need the wax to last for a really long time. It's gonna make or break your race. It creates a water repellent surface, which helps break surface tension and gets you the best glide possible. So I layer quite a few layers of hard, really cold wax into the bottom layers of the board. In here you can see all the texture. There's a bit of structure to the board, which allows the wax to absorb into, sort of like a sponge. It's really important to get the wax deep into the base, and the wax will last for longer. When the board becomes very dry, it tends to stick to the snow rather than move across it smoothly. That's very important when you want to go fast. The plates rotate and it allows you to use different muscles, and it mechanically allows you to get a better position on your board and maybe spread your weight evenly across the board. It's like doing a squat, like a low squat, and holding it for a long time, for about 5 hours straight. So having the ability to move your legs a little bit and have that freedom is definitely a game changer. You want to make sure your kite doesn't overpower you. You're always in control. If you're not in control, you're probably going to get too much speed in a direction you don't want. So in the lighter winds, you want a bigger kite, let's say about a 17 meter squared. And in the higher winds, 40 kilometers plus, you want to size down so you can manage the power in the kite. Each time you do a lap, there's an opportunity to change your kite at sort of like a pit stop area. You want to have all your kites laid out and ready to go. 2 of the lines on the kite are static lines. What they do is they hold all the tension and all the pull. And the other 2 lines on the kite, they control how much power you are getting out of the kite, as well as the direction the kite will fly.
I'm gonna fly!
Last year I actually sliced the line during the race, and I had to make an emergency repair. I had to react really fast and tie it and just pray my knot would hold. I've been kiting 6 years now. Every race I go to, I learn a little trick or something that I can change and make my performance better.
You can break 100 kilometers an hour if you have the right snow surface and the right wind speeds. It's a very, very fast sport. It's a little bit nail biting because you know if you have a train wreck, you're gonna end up in the hospital possibly. So if the wind dies, you have decisions to make. Am I gonna pack up my kite, or I'm gonna try and launch it again? You really have to make key decisions, and key decisions fast. You might have to hike, walk for 30 minutes before you get the chance to fly again. If you don't trek up a mountain very often, that can be the hardest part. You wanna make sure your kite's packed up properly, because if you do a sloppy job of it, you're gonna be dealing with tangled spaghetti strings. If you don't have patience, you're gonna blow up. It's a sport where you have to clear your head, but you gotta be aware. If you spend enough time with the equipment, it's second nature to do those things. So it's just time and practice that makes perfect.